It is my great pleasure to introduce you, along with Colonel Wes Lepre, to our Cadet of the Year, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Laura Midkiff.
It's my pleasure to present on behalf of the Maryland Wing our Cadet of the Year Award to Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Laura Midkiff from the Carroll Composite Squadron. She has a few words. Cadet Midkiff.
I just wanted to thank everyone who has come alongside me and supported me throughout my leadership journey. This award isn't just for me because I would have never gotten this far without the help of people like my parents, the members of my squadron, just all my fellow cadets who have also supported me as well.
And when a cadet gets to be Cadet of the Year in Maryland Wing, we also give her or him the opportunity to tell us the senior member who had the most to do with their success. And she has selected First Lieutenant Michael Swam, also from the Carroll Composite Squadron. And when a cadet gets to be Cadet of the Year, also give her or him the opportunity.
Hello. It was a surprise, to say the least, that I was nominated for this award. And I would like to say that I've known Laura for 4 years, going on 5 years now. When I first met her, she was a master sergeant, and she was running the Maryland Wing, or the bomber squadron, flying that they do at Westminster Airport every year. She was already on her way and showing excellent leadership qualities, and I accepted the position of Deputy Commander for Cadets. And it is cadets such as Laura Midkiff, Lieutenant Colonel Midkiff, that make that job not only worthwhile, but make it much easier than it otherwise would be. She has always shown great leadership potential and has been an example to all those in her squadron. She has led the way and never hesitates to step up and help out or even lead the way as necessary. So congratulations, Lieutenant Colonel Midkiff.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Lieutenant Swam. Thank you very much. If you would stay here, I have a few more words to say about you. These awards are always difficult to select because we have such a great number of cadets in our wing. The tipping point for me and for the selection committee is always when a cadet goes outside themselves. We have a lot of people in society who check boxes, fill squares, and basically just plain show up for themselves. When a person goes outside of that and helps others, we call that selflessness. Selflessness is a great quality to have because it means you're not selfish. Selfishness is a bad quality to have. That means you're thinking only about yourself. Well, in Cadet Midkiff's case, not only is she thinking about others, because she works with emergency services a lot, she works with cadets a lot, but even more, she helped another squadron birth itself from nothing and helped provide cadet leadership in this case, the Granite Squadron, a homeschool squadron, who she has helped mentor cadets in for several months, in addition to doing what she does with her own home squadron. Again, those are qualities that show selflessness. And I'm happy, I'm grateful for cadets like that, because they are examples for others. If a cadet wants to know what do you have to do to get the Cadet of the Year, it's probably more than you're doing, because Cadet Midkiff has been doing a lot for everybody besides her own personal self. Cadet Midkiff, thank you for your example, and congratulations on the award.
Thank you.
And it is with great pleasure that the Maryland Wing presents the Senior Member of the Year Award to Lieutenant Colonel Rory Garnies.
show off that nice plaque, or that trophy that you have. I'll call it a trophy because you don't see things like this a lot. Adult members never seem to get credit for doing all the things that they do. We help cadets grow up. We help cadets be the future of our society, of our organization. And Colonel Garnice has been both, the cadet side and the senior side, so he sort of knows both angles. His work, and especially his service. We had Colonel Garnice in the Maryland Wing several years ago, and he went off to work in far distant places, basically a deployed civilian. And so we didn't see him for a long time. And then he comes back in a short distance, a short space of time, gathers all of the experience that he's had over the years, brings it back fresh, and steps into a new job in the Maryland Wing to help us succeed and get through this pandemic of the COVID virus. He has not sat around, he has gotten involved. And that's a quality that we like because it's an example for other senior members as well. So based on his wide-ranging experience and a couple of extra initiatives that probably not many people know about, if you have, for example, one of the Civil Air Patrol's achievement medals, what you don't know is that Colonel Garnice coordinated that, created it basically from nothing. And now you have a piece of cloth on your ribbon rack that started as an idea that he had years ago. That's the kind of person that we're recognizing today as the Senior Member of the Year in Maryland Wing. Congratulations, Colonel Garnice.
Thanks, sir.
And it is with great pleasure that we ask representatives of St. Mary's Composite Squadron to join Colonel LaPrey to accept their award as Squadron of the Year.
St. Mary's Squadron, please present your guide. Well, it looks like we're going to have to take a few of these off because this is going to get buried. Well, this is the Squadron of the Year for Maryland Wing 2020. And it's going to a deserving unit who hasn't been here recently. And so they always ask the question, what do I have to do to get that streamer for my flag? Well, they basically fly 3 squadrons worth of cadets in their O flights. They have one of the largest squadrons in the wing. From their ranks come a number of cadets who are leaders and trainers who conduct things from encampment to Airman Leadership School and a host of activities throughout the wing. So this is a collective activity, a collective award for Squadron of the Year for 2020 for the St. Mary's Composite Squadron. Congratulations.
And at this time, I would like to ask Squadron Commander, Major Dennis Villar, to please step forward and accept the award as Squadron Commander of the Year.
Show that off. Dennis is one of those, Major Villar is one of those squadron commanders who, at least I have never seen him take credit for anything. He's giving credit to his staff, to his cadets, his adults, and other folks. He has been an exemplary person in the lead at St. Mary's. He does a lot of flying for O flights, he does missions, but most of all, he sets his members up for success. And that's why they work so well for him and have achieved the Squadron of the Year for Maryland Wing 2020. So in recognition of that, and it doesn't always have to be the squadron commander of the winning squadron, in this case, it is. Congratulations, Major Villar, on the Squadron Commander of the Year for 2020 in Maryland Wing.
Thank you, sir.
And at this time, it is our great pleasure to share with you that the Group of the Year for the Maryland Wing is Group 3. As Lieutenant Colonel Charles Davis is unable to be with us this afternoon, I invite Lieutenant Colonel Robert Thompson to accept the award on his behalf. Sir?
Colonel Thompson, do you have a guide on? Yes, you do. Very good. You want to help me put this on?
I would be delighted.
We're going to have to take a few of yours off, too. It's going to get buried. Group of the Year, 2020 Maryland Wing, for the outgoing commander, Lieutenant Colonel Charles Davis, who could not be with us, but the incoming commander of Group 3 is here with us today. Congratulations for all of your work with Group 3.
Thank you, sir.
And that concludes the award ceremony for today. I'm very pleased to turn the remainder of today's presentation over to Colonel Wes Lepre. Colonel?
Thank you, Captain Bell.
The jumpers are out and the smoke is on.
All four pilots will simultaneously roll their aircraft 360 degrees.
Now, what I have to say in terms of what we call a capstone is remarks that I received from the Air Force, from the project officer of the Andrews Air Show, Major Eric Reitman. He was kind enough to accept my request for a set of remarks so that I could share them with you and recall the fine effort that we produced at the air show at Andrews. So I'm going to read his letter to you, and we'll use that as a call to action, as a call to planning, so that we can start working on things that are coming up in the next year, year and a half. So from Major Reitman, a letter to the Maryland Wing. And actually, this is a letter to the NatCap Wing, the Virginia Wing, and all of Mid-Atlantic region, because when we do an air show support activity at Andrews, Joint Base Andrews, it's truly a region level activity. So he says, "Dear Civil Air Patrol professionals, greetings and congratulations on another successful year. I want to take a step back in time and reflect on the 2019 Joint Base Andrews Open House, in which you played a significant role. Your dedication and hard work were instrumental in hosting one of the largest military air shows in the country. Throughout the 18-month planning effort, CAP was with us every step of the way. The diversity of roles you played in the execution of this historic event did not go unnoticed. From static display aircraft on the ramp, STEM exhibits for over 8,000 school students, to flying participation in the opening ceremonies, CAP played a front-facing role to 64,000 guests over the 3-day period. A significant milestone was achieved at the 2019 Open House, and Joint Base Andrews successfully hosted both the Air Force Thunderbirds and the Navy Blue Angels at the same time and the same venue. This was for the first time in 12 years. You played a key role in this effort by operating a hospitality tent for both demonstration teams, in addition to 99 other static display aircraft and their associated crews. It happened to be over 600 people each day. As a result of the demonstration teams, they were fueled and ready to perform at their peak each day of the show. On Sunday, weather took a turn for the worse. Rain and low ceilings prevented the Air Acts from performing. As such, the air show team adapted hosting 2,400 guests and airmen at a joint autograph session in the hangar with the Air Force Thunderbirds, the Navy Blue Angels, and the Army Golden Knights. Without hesitation, the CAP team relocated portions of the hospitality tent to a nearby hangar and provided burgers and hot dogs to the guests. Your quick thinking and teamwork greatly contributed Sunday's successes despite the weather. The air show team is eternally grateful for your support. Thank you is an understatement for all that you have provided. Looking forward to the next open house at Joint Base Andrews, which will occur in September 2022 to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the Air Force, as well as the 80th anniversary of the Civil Air Patrol. We look forward to working alongside CAP to achieve a successful operation for yet another historic event. Sincerely, Major Eric Reitman, Joint Base Andrews Open House Director 2019. I hope it's clear that the region level of support from the squadrons throughout this 7-state area is the thing that pulled this off. Cadets and senior members alike kept the situation, kept the open house moving, staffed a lot of activities, and had some pretty good food and had a good time. I thank them for that. Major Reitman thanks them for that. And we're going to use this as our challenge ahead. So what's next? After you've seen all the things that Maryland Wing did outlined throughout the day and recalling this activity with such success, our next thing is going to be a big event. The 80th anniversary of Civil Air Patrol, the 75th anniversary of the Air Force, the Air Force Association convention that is contemporaneous with both of those activities. I'm going to be asking members to serve on a Tiger team. That means people from wing, from group, from squadrons, cadets and adults, and work on one of these activities. We have 3 main priorities in the next coming year: recruiting and retention, pilot onboarding, and squadron empowerment. Squadron empowerment is where we get all of our help for things like this. I've mentioned the year of the squadron throughout the day. During the year of the squadron coming up and for the rest of 2020 and 2021, I'd like you to plan for the following things. Plan for a bunch of one-day activities. We've had some success with one-day activities because we know with the COVID status, we can't do overnight. So for the rest of 2021 and the foreseeable future, let's plan some one-day activities at the squadron level. You'll see by our numbers that Colonel Henderson put out the last couple of days. Once you put a couple of squadrons together, you've now exceeded the 25-person limit that the governor has announced. And depending on the city you're in, you will have exceeded the 10-person limit for activities that the local government has announced. One-day activities are the only way we're going to get this done, and they're going to get done in the squadron level. So we need to be prepared to conduct our Air Force evaluation, which we expect in the spring of 2021. We want to have an in-person recognition party, but that can't happen until we can meet together. We want to be ready to celebrate the Civil Air Patrol 80th anniversary in December 2021. We want to be able to help out at the Air Force 75th anniversary in September 2022. We want to plan for a full-blown activity called encampment. A lot of people still remember what that is, and we want to do one as soon as it's safe to do so. And we want to have an in-person wing conference as soon as it's possible to do it. I plan to do a lot of traveling. I plan to visit a lot of squadrons and the activities that they conduct, and I'm here to put the wing staff at your disposal to plan and execute safe and meaningful activities at the group and squadron levels. As a final reminder, stay aware of our COVID-19 meeting status. Small audiences are the rule. Public health standards are the rules. Always perform the pre-meeting health checks. If you don't feel good, stay home. There are so many opportunities to serve and lead. Don't miss your chance to make a difference, even with the hamstrings of the COVID situation. Everyone, thank you for joining us for the first and hopefully the last virtual Maryland Wing Conference. Thank you and have a great afternoon.